We begin tonight in San Francisco, where public works crews and police held targeted sweeps of homeless encampments today across the city. Good evening, I'm Elizabeth Cook. Now, this is all part of Mayor London Breed's promise to aggressively crack down on encampments. We were there today as people living on Willow Street were told to clear out. This isn't the first time the city has cleared out Willow Street. This is video from back in 2020. You can see vehicles where tents once stood. But fast forward to 2023, and it looked just as bad as ever. Wilson Walker was there this morning when crews came in and when they came back just hours later.
Did you already speak with the hot team? Are you interested in trying to get indoors? No. No? Okay, then I gotta kindly ask you to start packing this tent and get this off the sidewalk so we can sanitize and clean the street, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
When 8 o'clock rolled around, these 2 blocks of Willow Street were lined with several dozen people and maybe 15 or so tents. But by everyone's account, there were more people here the day before, only many of them decided to move on once word spread of what was coming.
Their DPW's coming to take all of your stuff tomorrow and to be ready for it. That's all I've heard.
I've watched this happen many times. I'm curious, what is happening today that is different?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is normal operations. It's our usual protocol. We've done 72-hour noticing. We started with homeless outreach, the encampment resolution team offering shelter.
David Nakanishi is with the city's Healthy Streets Operations Center.
We're still operating right now as if the injunction and the lawsuit, which is definitely still in place.
What is different is what the city calls legal clarity, that it can enforce city codes regarding sidewalks and camping. Now, one requirement is that shelter is offered, and that has the city working almost hour by hour to determine exactly how many spaces and of what variety are available throughout the city system.
We try to make a plan, try to make sure we have enough for what we need, but sometimes it's just the system is so saturated. Right now it's the end of the month, so people, have been staying inside. It changes when people get money and, they go outside and back again, that kind of thing. Those are the things, the trends that we have to be mindful of as well.
As we often see, the likelihood of someone accepting help often depends largely on what is being offered.
It depends on what it is, because a lot of them are like jails. You can't have any visitors. You can't have, anything. They search your bags every time you come in. Like it's just like being in jail.
So what happened on Willow Street? Well, most people chose simply to walk away, with many moving their belongings a block or two in different directions. And then, by the early afternoon, the tents had started to return, only so did the city. The entire team came back, informed everyone who had just returned that they would be cited for illegally camping on the sidewalks. And in doing that, they ran some names, found 2 outstanding warrants, and at least one of those individuals was arrested. And the city says this is the other difference, a determination to make this stick.
The potential change is the ability for more teams, more people that aren't just specialized teams, to try to work on the re-encampment prevention. So the key is about continuing to engage, continuing to get to know who's out here, what they need, try to engage them to get them into health, behavioral health, shelter, ultimately housing.
To be sure, the people in this alleyway have been moved around before, but if the idea is to send a message that things are changing, that may be working, and it remains to be seen that changes behavior.
It sounds like it's supposed to be a lot different. So I'm not against going inside, but I don't want to be forced into somewhere either,
So how do we characterize the change here? I don't know, a change of intent? I'm not sure, but what we've seen over the last couple days certainly signals a new kind of determination to signal that this is the way it is going to be. Now the big question becomes, what sort of difference does this make over time? Presumably, this is what things are going to look like for the foreseeable future.
We obtained a schedule from the city's Healthy Streets Operations Center, laying out the schedule for more sweeps over the next few days. The Board of Supervisors president and mayoral candidate Aaron Peskin calls the aggressive enforcement a political stunt. He says, quote, policies to address homelessness must be humane, lawful, and effective, not implemented just because someone's job is on the line. He went on to say, in an effort to get reelected, Mayor Breed and former Mayor Farrell are advocating for failed policies from the past that simply sweep our homeless problem from one neighborhood to another without any long-term solutions. Meanwhile, another city supervisor is demanding daily reports from the mayor's office on these sweeps. Connie Chan, who represents the Richmond district, is requesting data on the number of encampments cleared, how many people are placed in shelters, and other information.